So we need to talk about The Flash and the movie that's coming out. But again, before I do, I want to talk about my favorite iterations of Flashpoint, which is what's gonna be source material for the movie. And again, I've read one, seen two, and so far it's been my third favorite has been the TV show, which again, they could have expanded upon more. And then second favorite is the comic. Maybe if I read the comic first, it'd be my personal favorite as it stands right now. My personal favorite iteration has been the animated movie, The Flashpoint Paradox, just because I feel when you're reading or a comic or just reading words on a book, that's just, again, your own imagination being used to provide images and voices and all that. Whereas if it's done right, translating from page to screen, it can be perfect, it can be great. And that's what I feel it does with the Flashpoint Paradox, because we get great animation and we get great voice acting. And again, it's just, I feel like it's a perfect movie. It has a place in my heart. And there is maybe one thing I wish they could have incorporated in the movie that they do in the comics. But there's also one thing from the movie I wish could have been incorporated into the comics. And so let's just recap. So again, in the comic, we get an introduction into who Barry is as a Flash, and then we jump right into Flashpoint. Whereas in the movie, we get a little backstory scene where his mom's car is broken down, so he's trying to get help, and there's a car driving by, and he's running after it. But he's not fast enough, which again, not fast enough then, he is now. And his mom tells him not to worry, that you can't change some people. And then she tells him the Serenity Prayer, which again, I really like. Accept the things you cannot change. Have the courage to change the things you can. And have the wisdom to know the difference. Which I really like because I feel like that encapsulates Flashpoint as a whole. And I just hope that they incorporate that into the movie. Even if it's just like a little poster or just something. I really hope they actually say it, but I know there's only so much they can fit into a movie. And then again, we jump forward a little bit. We see he's returning home from school, I believe. Doesn't really say, but he has books, so I'm assuming it's school. But he gets home and he sees that his mom's already been murdered. And then he drops his book and we see that it was actually his mother's birthday that day. Jump forward a little bit more and we see that he's visiting his mom's grave and he's just having regrets about how he's the Flash now and he's the fastest man alive, but he wasn't back then, so he wasn't able to save her. Jump forward a little bit more, we see that he's stopping the Rogues and the Reverse Flash, and the Reverse Flash even taunts him that he's fast enough now, fastest man alive, but he wasn't back then to stop the one person he cared about most from being hurt. And that leads into Flashpoint, where he runs back in time and resets the timeline by saving his mom, creating Flashpoint. And then after that, it's pretty much beat for beat, like the comics, just to get with animation and voice acting put in. And again, for the animation that was put in and the voice acting, I think it's great. And then we get to where after the whole reveal is about Bruce was killed, Thomas is the one that survived, and then how Martha's the Joker. Again, great touch, liked it. How he has to get his powers back by getting struck by lightning, fails the first time, but the second time he succeeds. And then just the whole reveal about him trying to figure out why the Reverse Flash caused Flashpoint, only to be revealed that it was him that did it. And I really like, again, the touch about Reverse Flash saying that he went back in time, and like when you break the... Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Like when you break the sound barrier, it causes a sonic boom. But then he broke the time barrier, which caused a time boom. And again, just that little touch I liked. And then Batman stops the Reverse Flash, kills him, and then Barry has to go back and reset everything to how it was and stop himself from saving his mom. But again, one thing I wish I could have incorporated from the comics is where before he resets it, he gets to go back and tell his mom what's going on, and she understands that her life could save millions. And they give a proper goodbye. But again, for what it is, I liked it. Again, he goes back, again, like in the comic, he mentions that he's able to remember all his birthdays with his mom and all his memories of Flashpoint, and that it's a gift, and that he even gives Bruce the letter from Thomas. And again, we never see what's in the letter, which I think is good. Like, it's not for us to know, it's only for Bruce and Thomas to know. And he tells Flash how he's one hell of a messenger, and then he takes off. And again, this leads into the other animated movies in the DC animated universe, which leads all the way to Apocalypse War, where he has to reset the timeline again. But again, for what the movie is, I like it. It's great. It's perfect. I just really wish I could have incorporated more from the comic that he gets his final goodbye with his mom. And I hope they do that with the movie. Just like, again, I hope from the TV show they pull that he was able to spend some time in Flashpoint before just having to save it all and everything. From the comic, I really, really hope that he gets a proper goodbye with his mom if and when he resets the timeline in the movie. And then from the Flashpoint paradox, I really hope that they use the Serenity Prayer in some way in the movie. I would like for it to be said, but again, if it can only be shown, that's understandable. And again, that's just my main takeaway from the movie. Everyone has their own opinion, so just let me know yours in the comments below, and let me know what you think. But again, from my personal opinion, the TV show, the comic, and then again, the animated movie is just my personal preference. And again, I'm just really excited for the movie, and I really hope that, again, they've had time to get it right, so I really hope that it's done right with all the reviews and everything I'm hearing about the movie. I'm trying to avoid listening to all the reviews just so I don't get any mini spoilers or anything. But again, from what I've heard, the bits and pieces, everyone seems to like it. So I really hope it's as good as everyone's saying it is. But we won't know until it officially comes out. But again, until then, there's still a few more things I want to talk about for the movie now. That'll be in probably the next few videos and I guess this series that I'm doing. So again, we'll talk in the next video. But until then, just let me know what your favorite iteration of the Flash is. Let me know what you think. And I hope, again, we'll talk more in the next video. And I'm just really excited for the movie. And I'm also really just a little bit worried because, again, they've had time, so I hope they've had time to do it right. But we'll see what happens, and again, we'll talk in the next few videos. Bye. And then just also, I really like the touch of in the animated movie, whereas in the comic we just get told what happened between Aquaman and Wonder Woman to lead to the war. We actually get just a little bit of flashback whenever the Flash is getting his new Flashpoint memories of what actually happened to lead into the war, which again, nice touch. But yeah, that's the other thing I want to say. If there's anything I left out, I apologize, let me know in the comments. But again, just my personal takeaway from all this. And again, we'll talk in the next video. Bye.